Jocelyn Wildenstein, 84 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Anastasia Pokreshchuk, 36 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Julia Teusahovich, 25 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Goldie Hawn, 79 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Janet Jackson, 58 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Christina Aguilera, 44 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Katie Price, 46 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Joan Van Ark, 81 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Donatella Versace, 69 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Cher, 78 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Toya Jackson, 68 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Michael Jackson, died at 50 years old. Looked like after surgery. Noah Cyrus, 25 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Janice Dickinson, 70 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Hunter Tylo, 62 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Caroll Baker, 93 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Mickey Rourke, 72 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Lyn May, 72 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Priscilla Presley, 79 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Ariana Grande, 31 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Dolly Parton, 79 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Jennifer Aniston, 55 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Marlo Thomas, 87 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Shirley Jones, 91 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Heather Locklear, 63 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Igor and Grincheka Bogdanoff both died at 72 years old. Kris Jenner, 69 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Dennis Avner, 54 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Brigitte Bardot, 90 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Elsa Patton, 84 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Johnny Depp, 60 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Daryl Hannah, 64 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Barry Manilow, 81 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Linda Evangelista, 59 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Jack Viggen, 28 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Carol Bryan, 47 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Britt Ekland, 82 years old. Now he looks like after surgery. Terry Bravely died in 2013. Bella Hadid, 28 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Pete Burns, 57 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Joan Collins, 91 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Michael Romanini, 29 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Bai Ling, 57 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Tyra Banks, 51 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Farrah Abraham, 33 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Carrot Top, 60 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Bobby Norris, 38 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Shania Twain, 59 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Amanda Lepore, 57 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Blac Chyna, 36 years old. Now looks like after surgery. Courtney Cox, 61 years old. Now looks like after surgery.